So today we're going to talk about Ana-Belle, the 4-star dark purple cleric healer from the Return of Moldovia event, also known as the Halloween event. Ana-Belle is dressed in what is considered a traditional French-made outfit, albeit purple with yellow bows. It also comes with a white apron, gloves, and a ruffled bonnet. But this isn't an episode of Say Yes to the Dress. So let's talk about Ana-Belle's stats, special skills, family bonus, passive bonus, how she compares to other 4-star dark healers, and an idea of where to put emblems on Ana-Belle. So there are currently 27 4-star dark heroes in Empires and Puzzles. That includes costumes and non-costumes of characters. Ana-Belle, fully leveled up without emblems or limit breaks, comes in with an attack of 626, a defense of 697, and a HP of 1317. The attack of 626 comes in at 21 out of 27, but that's fine because Ana-Belle isn't in your team because of attacking primarily. Her defense of 697 is 4th out of 27, and her HP at 1317 is 7th out of 27. At time of recording, there is no 4-star dark healer with a HP or defense higher than Ana-Belle. Without further ado, let's talk about Ana-Belle's special skill. Ana-Belle's special skill is called Tidy Up, hence the French-made outfit and the duster. Let's quickly read the card. Tidy Up dispels and cleanses all buffs and status elements from all allies and enemies. It recovers 45% health for all allies and recovers an additional 2% health per removed status effect, up to 65% health in total. Right, let's unpack all of that. So, first thing to note is that the special removes buffs and ailments from both enemies and allies, so very much like Snow White's special skill. The base heal is good at 45%, but not as good as a Costume Regard or a Costume Sabina. Based on the average HP of a 4-star dark purple hero in the game, I have compared these numbers for Ana-Belle at 45% heal and a 65% heal. And as you can imagine, she really shines at 65% heal, which begs the question, how many buffs and ailments does Ana-Belle need to tidy up in order to have the highest heal of any 4-star dark or purple healer? So now, as you can see, I've updated the chart on the right. Ana-Belle needs to be at 51% to have the highest heal. 51%, you can get to that by removing just 3 buffs or ailments, which is very easy if you're removing ailments from enemies as well as allies. And as you can imagine, anything above 3 ailments or buffs removed is where Ana-Belle really starts to shine. So what buffs and ailments are removed on your team? And what buffs and ailments are removed on the defense team? Because they are slightly different depending on what buffs and ailments have been fired already. For example, on the defense team, if the taunter has fired a taunt, only the taunt skill is dispelled from the opposing team. Whereas if the taunter has set taunt up on your team and your allies' team, all buffs are removed, including the taunt and everything else. Also, the opposing team, the enemy team, can dodge the Tidy Up skill, whereas the dodge skill on your team when you fire Tidy Up will always be removed. So with that in mind, it is the biggest heal in the game, but it can't be used in every situation. You can't just plonk Ana-Belle on your defensive team. Tidy Up needs to be fired at just the right time, which is usually an offensive trait. You want to be removing the ailments from your opponents, so firing Ana-Belle before you fire your buffs on your team, then hopefully the opponents will have no buffs and you will have a well-healed team with lots of buffs. In addition to this, Ana-Belle is of course part of the Moldovia family. You get a bonus for having 1, 2 or 3 unique heroes from that family, those heroes will get a +3, +6 or +9 mana generation when they are in the same team. There is also a Morlovia still buff passive. So when Annabelle casts her special skill, she has a 50% chance to steal the newest dispellable buff from a random enemy that has buffs. If no enemy has buffs, she deals 70% damage to all enemies. Trust me, that can confuse you at first as to why Annabelle still has buffs after she has cast the Tidy Up skill. But that is usually why she has a buff. Annabelle is also a cleric. That means she has a talent of a mana shield. So when you put emblems on Annabelle, she is then able to resist negative mana status effects or effects that prevent the use of special skills. Talking about emblems, where do you want to put emblems on Annabelle? Annabelle is a healer, so of course I would recommend the shield path that will take her to 671 in attack, 807 in defense, and 1469 on HP. If you were just for fun to take Annabelle down the sword path, prioritizing anywhere there is swords, you would get Annabelle to 704 on attack, 787 on defense, and 1389 on HP. So in conclusion, Annabelle is a fantastic hero with the largest, at time of recording, heal for a 4-star dark healer. You have to choose when and where to use the special skill, which makes her more offensive than defensive, but I recommend leveling at least one Annabelle. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.